Hello there. Today's video is going to be how to hack a Windows 8 password. Let me give you some warnings beforehand. One, this may not be legal for you to do on some computers. Obviously, it's legal to do to your own computer if you work for a company and you have employees that leave and you need to reset their passwords, but they won't give you the passwords because they're being jerks. That's probably legal, but to just go steal somebody's computer and do this, that's illegal. Please do not do that. Use this with your own caution. You promise not to hold me responsible in any way, but at some point you're going to hit a computer and you have no idea what the password is. And today we're going to talk about how to reset that password. Now, it is common, I make it a common fact that I use VirtualBox to run my virtual machines. So I've done this on a Windows 8.0 with UEFI, which I just turned off the UEFI, so that really didn't make it to a factor. Went to legacy boot like a BIOS operating system. And then I've used this on this one, which is at Windows 8.1. There's so I don't know how that's going to work with the UEFI turned on or a TPM chip or something like that, but what we want to do is we want to modify the boot sequence. So I actually have a CD in the Windows 8.1 CD. You can use the repair disk as well, but that's what we're doing here. We're going to the repair option. So let's go ahead and reboot it. Start, restart, and we're going to boot to that DVD. I'm using VirtualBox to change the boot sequence in VirtualBox. You need to right click on it and go to its properties. We'll have to watch for that. Oh, there we go. It's booting now, so I gotta watch. There we go. Gotta press the key to boot to CD or DVD. What you want to do is you want to right click on the machine and go to its settings. Obviously, when it's not running, go to System and change its boot sequence so that CD is above hard drive. How you do that on your own personal computer is, go into the system setup. That's what it's often called, but the technical term is BIOS or UEFI or whatever. You'll see it when it starts. If not, you could probably do an escape to get out of the splash screen for your computer manufacturer's splash screen where it says Dell or HP or whoever made your machine. But here we are. This is the repair disk. So eventually we come to this point. We wind up hitting next, and we're going to do an option called repair your computer. The previous screen asked me what language I was speaking, but we're going to do a troubleshoot. We're going to do a advanced option, and we're going to go in command prompt. Now you got to have a little knowledge on command prompt for this hack, so hopefully you're a little comfortable with it. So we're going to go through the alphabet. We don't need A or B because A doesn't do anything, B doesn't do anything. Those are generally reserved for floppy drives. I assume that still holds true even though we don't really use floppy drives anymore. C is probably the most likely candidate. When you do a dir on it, it should show some information here, but this doesn't, so mine's obviously not C. So you need to just go through the alphabet, go to D. When I do a dir, there we go. You can see in the D drive there's program files and program files x86. There's users and Windows. That's the kind of stuff that we want to look for. Even when I go dir users, you can see my usernames here listed, technological and public. Public's not really a user, it's a folder that's always there. If you don't hit it on D, you just keep going through the alphabet. E, let's do a dir there. F, and E is probably the DVD-ROM that I'm using. F, nothing. G, nothing. The one letter you will hit is the X, which is the RAM drive. So there's some stuff in X, but that is not the operating system. Most likely, I can't imagine that it got to the point where that is the operating system. That would be kind of insane. So on mine it was D drive. Dir, yeah. So let's do a clear CLS. At this point, I want to change directories, so we're going to change directories. Can I do a PWD here? I can't remember. No, obviously not. Sometimes I get my Windows and Linux mixed up. So we want to do a CD Windows /system 32, and there we are. ND /Windows system 32. And we're going to do some renaming. So we're going to rename utilman.exe, and we're going to rename it to utilman utilman2.exe. Utilman runs the ease of access center. That's what it does. It runs the ease of access center. So then we're going to rename CMD to utilman.exe. So there we go. We rename that to utilman.exe. Let's do a dir for items named util m asterisk wildcard. There we go. So we got two files, utilman.exe. Let's do a, can I just do a reboot here? Nope. I cannot. So we're going to do a continue to Windows 8. You can also do a reboot at this point, whatever. Apparently that's what it did. So we're going to get back to the screen where we don't know the password. And we wait. Come on. Still got the little hula hoop going. There we go. There's the login screen. So we still don't know the password. But the crazy thing is the Ease of Access Center is available, and since we changed the file, it pulls up an elevated command prompt. So we're going to do a net user, and if you forgot what your username was, it's right there, Technological. Theoretically, it's possible that this user is not an admin, and that's why I said list the names that are in users directory. So net user, Technological, asterisk, whatever your username, obviously not Technological, type of password, just hit enter. I didn't type anything there. So we're going to exit out of there, and then I can just do that. And there's no more password. It's all blanked out. So at this point we need to reboot back into the repair disk, repair the computer so that the Ease of Access Center works again. I'm going to pause this while this apparently is going to take a minute to boot. Oh, well, there we go. So let's see here. Here's my oh, that's right. Where am I going? Yeah, there's my lovely desktop. Always got the wonderful wallpaper. Ugly wallpaper. So let's go ahead and do a reboot. Restart. And we're going to have to boot back to that DVD or USB. You know, not everybody has an optical drive these days. Repair disk, whatever you've got handy. And we're going to have to fix those things back, because one day that's going to lead to problems. That is not a good way to leave it. Alright, so yeah, the screen's going all wacky again, and that means we're probably going into the repair options. We'll remove the command prompt back to command. We'll move utilman back to its rightful location, and then it'll work again. So sometime, Windows, let's go. Like I said, I've used this on Windows 8 when they're not using a UEFI. I've used it here on Windows 8.1 when clearly I'm not using a UEFI in the virtual machine. Oh, there we go. I have not done it on anything with a TPM, repair your computer. But we're going to do troubleshoot, advanced options, command prompt. It was the D drive for me, D drive, CD, Windows, System 32. We're going to rename utilman to cmd.exe, and we're going to do rename utilman2 to just utilman.exe. Exit out, continue to Windows 8. I can take the CD out at this point, should be able to. Just pop that right out. Get it to boot into Windows. Oh, well, Windows is still kind of doing wonky stuff. Drives out, good. Yeah, sometimes when it reboots, the virtual machine doesn't do properly. Oh, there we go. We're up to the right resolution there because it just popped almost into place. So once it boots back into Windows, it should just automatically log in as that user. Yeah, yeah, because there's no more password on the account. The Ease of Access Center was down here in the lower left. We can try to sign out and see if, make sure that still works. Okay, so oops, sign out, sign out, and this should launch the Ease of Access. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, don't talk to me, dude. But there you go. Hacked Windows 8 password and 8.1 specifically in this case, but I've used it on Windows 8.0. And thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed the experience of this tutorial, why not share it with your friends?